I was trying to tease it with this, which by the way, I've had for like 20 years and I will never get rid of it. Who teases their hair with this brush? Also how am I saying that right? Is that what it was? Help, yes, that is how you pronounce it. I had to Google it to figure it out. Oh, I worked really hard for that. How's it look? Hey guys, styling my hair for television has always been a challenge. So I have a lot of hair, but it's fine. So it tends to fall on my face. And then once I turned 35, it started thinning a little. So that makes it even more of a challenge. But you know that saying, when preparation meets opportunity, bam, you got success. So I'm going to show you all of the prep work that I do just to get my hair TV ready. So just for you guys, I'm gonna go wash my hair for the second time in like 8 hours. All right, you never wanna put product on sopping wet hair. So I've let it towel dry, air dry for a bit, and I'm ready to go. All the products I'm using today have some sort of heat protectant. They add shape, volume, and shine. So I start with this. It's called Whey, and it's a leave-in conditioner. But this is a leave-in conditioner. It is a heat protectant, and I just spray it all over. It also is gonna add a little bit of shine. And frankly, this is so that I can get a brush through it. Bam, there you go. Now remember, start with the back. Don't start at the root. That's lazy. I do that sometimes. Next up, I'm gonna use my Kerastase Blow Dry Cream. You take 2 pumps, put it in your hand, and you work it starting at the bottom and all throughout your hair. Again, this has got the heat protectant in it and it's going to add shape. This is to keep everything smooth. So Kevin Murphy is a product that I discovered only a couple of years ago. This is called Body Mass and it is a leave-in plumping spray. It also, according to their website, does some sort of like, also increases microcirculation at the root. So I typically only use it towards the front of my head, right? Where I'm kind of thinning. If you see here, you can see those spaces right there. That's where I've been thinning and I'm trying to get it a little bit thicker. And you don't need a lot. So I just use it at the root and I just use it here at the front. And I'll go up here too, in the crown of my head, right there. And then in my part where I'm blow drying it quite a bit. You see that it's kind of like thinning. And then I'll just like kind of work it in. Work it, work it. Okay, next up, same thing from Kevin Murphy. So we have Body Mass and then we have Body Builder. First off, it's not a mousse, like when you're thinking of mousse and like it gets crunchy. You could literally leave it in there and not dry it for 30 minutes and it's still not going to crunch, but it's going to do exactly what like an old school mousse would do. So shake it up, shake, shake, shake. And going back again towards the root, and you'll see how I apply it. Just in a line like that. Okay, back up in here. One more time. Line, right at the root. Back in there. And then I do a little in my hands. I want to make sure that I don't put too much in the front and it's all weighed down. So I'll put a little bit there. Then I'll go back in the back for the back to have volume too. Right there. And once more down here. Work it in, and I'll just comb it through. So at this point, I've got a leave-in conditioner, a shaping cream, plumping spray that's also gonna prevent breakage, a body builder volumizer that's also going to protect it from the heat. And one more thing, Olaplex. Olaplex Bonding Oil number 7 gets me to about as close as I can from one of those hair commercials. And you can use the bonding oil if your hair is wet or dry. So I just put a little bit. I mean, are you looking at that? That's like nothing, nothing. And then I rub it around and I just put it on the ends. Just want to coat the ends so they're nice and smooth and shiny. But you see, it is an oil. It's an oil. So it's gonna weigh your hair down if you're not careful, but it is the most lightweight oil that I've ever used before. Very different than like an argan oil. If you used that before, it's much more lightweight than that. Okay, I think we're ready. And when I blow dry my hair, I'm going to blow dry it section by section, but I'm not gonna start at the back, I'm gonna start at the top. And just go over my hair a little bit with my smaller round brush. I recommend having 2, maybe even 3 if you wanna get crazy. Look at that. I'm already seeing some height there. You see that smoke, don't get scared. That is the product doing its job and protecting my hair from the heat. The biggest thing I'm focusing on when I start at the top is the root. So I start at the root with my smaller round brush, and I just sort of bring it all the way up. I'll go on the back and spray the root with some heat. And I want you to see this real quick. Curl it up. I mean, that's not even fully dry yet. Bodybuilder. So I'm just staying at the crown when I'm blowing it dry. Hold it. And then the way I style my hair in the front, I'll actually go underneath and I kind of do that Farrah Fawcett 70s blowback look. Now that I've gone under, I'll push it back again like that. Please ignore these tacky, terrible brushes. The big one I use in the back to add a lot of volume, and then I use the smaller one at the top and at the bottom. Start at the root. Always start at the root and work it out. And you can, I mean, look at the volume right there in between my scalp. One thing I'll do is sort of secure the brush in there so it acts kind of like a curling iron. Take my big Mambo brush here, my big boy. And it adds volume you wouldn't believe. Check this out. Blast it at the root. Look at that. Woo! If you do not do a lot of round brushing, it just takes a little time. It's all in the wrist. You see, I'm just circling and circling around. I'm just doing this over and over again. Practice makes perfect. Look at that. So I'm gonna leave this in here. Just kind of tighten it up. Look kind of crazy. Okay, whew, let's pause a little bit. It's hot. But you can see that it's shiny, that it's smooth, and that it still moves though. All that junk that I put in there and it still moves. The closer I get to the crown, the smaller the brush. Voila! It's an illusion. I don't have that much hair. You want to continue to tell it what to do. So you're blowing it in the direction in which you want it to go. Guide it along. I get tired, so sometimes I just put the brush in and wait for a minute. Dang, look at all that hair. Make sure you go through, feel around that it's all dry. There's like one spot that I missed. Let me grab that. All right, so I usually blast it with a little cold air at the end. Someone told me once that that sets it. I have no idea if that's true. Okay, voila! Check it out. So I'm gonna go back to my Olaplex number 7 bonding oil, and I'm just gonna do a little dab. And then I'm just gonna literally, look how, like just whoosh. Just, okay, very light. And then more on the ends than anything, not at the roots, more on the ends. That's just gonna smooth it all down. When my stylist cuts my hair, I have her do it sort of like a mini lob. I like it shorter in the back and sort of in the front so it moves forward, since this is where I'm thinning, shaping it more like a lob. She also, a long bob, I should clarify, I'm not like cool like that. And then she also does like a blunt cut at the bottom. So I don't like any texturizing, too much texturizing. Obviously there's layers in here so that it'll move, you know, all around, nothing too short. But that way, again, I'm wanting it to all appear to be thicker. That's the whole thing, right? Once again, I'm gonna go back through and I'm just gonna lightly straighten it. I'm gonna put it section by section. I put a little bit of hairspray on underneath. This is Kerastase Micro Mist Fixing Hairspray. I can layer it and layer it and layer it like I often do, and your hair does not get crunchy, it does not appear to be wet, and it has a nice, soft, but firm hold. When you're straightening, root to base. I go under, root to base. Starting back here at the root, and then going to the ends. I didn't follow my own rule right then. Root to end. And I curl under. Because if you over straighten, you know, you're gonna ruin all the stuff we just did. At the very top, at the crown, I won't go all the way to the ends with the straightener. I'll just straighten the root. It's more for control. Okay, so you can see it's straight. It's a little smoother, but I haven't ruined or taken out all of the volume. Okay, we have more control. We're getting there. There's one last step, and that is where the teasing brush comes in. Now, because I did all of the proper steps before, I won't have to use it a lot, mainly just around the front, which is really the last place you want to use it anyways. So I'll go through, sort of tease at the root there, tease there. This is a Conair double, I guess I would call it double tooth comb. Anyways, it's got double teeth, it's got 2 teeth. This helps you gain a lot of control and get a really great tease. I use this very old school brush that I think I may have taken from my mom's bathroom. Thanks, Mom. This has those thicker bristles, and this is just more to smooth it at the top. Take my hairspray after I pulled it back. This brush smooths it. Touch up any ends that need to... I see you. And there you have it. That's a lot. At least this way, my hair stays out of my face, and I know the entire time I'm applying all of this heat to it, I'm protecting it. And some days I can do my hair like we all do, and it looks phenomenal, and the next day you do the exact same thing, and you're like, what changed? Healthy, and it can move around, and if you touched it, it's soft, and that is how I style my hair, from wet to dry to shaping. You know, I have gone through a lot of years where it didn't look so good on camera. And so it just took me a minute to work with stylists and to, you know, understand how each brush is used. So we're all learning something new, right? So if you have a tip or an idea, please comment below, send it my way. I love reading them. Give it a like, and I hope you have a great hair day.